Hello there. In today's video I want to explore self-prompting as a way to discover difficult decisions or well-hidden resources in our games. What do I mean by self-prompting? Okay, I will explain it by telling you what is external prompting. Not self-prompting, but external prompting. And I'll explain it by telling you an anecdote of mine. Back in the year 2010, I was playing the Chess Olympiad in Russia, in Khanty-Mansiysk, Russia, and I was facing in round 2 a grandmaster from Macedonia, Mr. Stanojoski. I reached a fantastic position out of the opening, the position you can see at the board, and to my surprise, I got the attention of Peter Svidler, the 8-time Russian champion and well-known commentator. He was really interested in what was happening on my board. And I couldn't understand because, okay, he was playing, but the position was a little bit intriguing, but not as much to me. And okay, I wanted to focus in the game, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that he was staring for some minutes. Okay, what it's really different from a normal position here is the huge development advantage I have and the somewhat isolated situation of Black's queen. And based on that, I try to find some moves, some useful moves. My opponent has just played a5, and it's more or less obvious that he wants to play a4. So I focused on that and played a nice move that set a trap. But I invite you to try your best and find what was really well hidden. Stop the video and try for some minutes. So I played queen e1 with intention of discouraging a4, as a4 could be answered by knight d takes dc4, with intention of attacking the queen and trapping the queen. D takes e4, knight takes e4, and Black's queen has nowhere to go. That happened in the game, incredibly, and I won without much problems. But what was a better solution? What was the move that perhaps, I never asked, that perhaps Peter Svidler was looking for? And that move, I hope you discovered, is bishop h7, with the intention of answering king takes h7 by knight d3, removing those squares from the queen and threatening knight b1. And in this way, we would win the queen in a forced way. There is nothing Black can do to stop this, and that was a fantastic combination. Okay, I didn't discover it. Perhaps I wasn't as tactically sharp. But by the way, queen e1 is not a bad move. It keeps everything under control. My move was directed to stop a4, but also brought the queen to the king side, trying to go all in for the attack, or even sometimes playing queen e3 and then step by step, little by little, increase the pressure. Okay. What could have helped me in discovering bishop h7 was the fact that was using a ancient technique, the candidate move technique. I should have made a list of candidate moves, and that could have prompted me to discover this bishop h7. The fact that Peter Svidler was so interested could have served as a prompt as well. And this kind of prompt is really usual during tournaments. You're playing a game and something calls the attention of a player, and this player bring some other players unintentionally, but this usually happens in big opens where there is a little bit of mess. Not the arbiters are not controlling everything, because it can really get annoying when you have several people watching your games. But this happens in reality. So this kind of prompt is an external prompt. But how to get our prompts, our self prompts? I think that we must all have our set of prompts, self prompts, when you know what to do and when to do it. I mean, you know how to manage time in the clock, thinking time, you know when to make a list of candidate moves. This is usually done, as Kotov said a long time ago, when things aren't going great. You go back to the initial position and you make a broader list of candidate moves. You also made candidate moves for your opponent's responses, you are not just thinking about you. And other prompts are related to our opponent's piece situation. The queen is misplaced, like in these couple of games I'm showing you. Or if the king is too open, then this is the main idea of the game, and we should put our efforts in that direction. And I think this kind of prompts, this set of prompts that we can use every time, and we made a habit out of them. Something similar to the video, in case you haven't seen the video on blundering, stop blundering chess, I highly recommend you. And yes, the thing about seeing the whole board, paying attention to your opponent's intention. All those are prompts as well. Because if you don't pay attention to your opponent's idea, then you can get made, you can get trapped, you can get lost out of nowhere. So this is really important to have a set of prompts, and I invite you to leave me your favorite chess prompts in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, talking about prompts, if you're liking the video and you find this information useful, please hit the like and subscribe to my channel in case you haven't done it. Okay, let's show another example of my practice. One I played against Grandmaster Álvaro Alonso when he was just a kid. This is 2007, perhaps he was 14 years old. Okay, he was a really strong player at that time already. And okay, we reached this position. What comes to mind immediately is the defenseless rook, the undefended rook on a3, and we would like to try to take advantage of it. And first move comes to mind is queen c5, but rook f3, and defense at the same time f2 and a3, and even attacks f6. So this move is not a good one. And the other one is rook takes f2, queen c5, but rook e3, and this is not working. So at first it isn't as simple. Okay, well, we can try to pick the rook by playing check and then check, and perhaps queen c1 and capturing the rook next move. But what happens if white comes to f3? The king is on a light square and the rook is on a dark one, so there is not an easy way. So as you can see, it's not so simple to crack this position. A possible prompt is the situation of the queen. This queen is not, is not enjoying from so much squares. It's almost trapped, and this can give us another idea to solve this situation. Okay, and this situation, the bad situation of the queen, appears in a variation we already mentioned. So After rook takes f2, king takes f2, queen c2. In case of white playing king f3, then there is a problem against the queen. I challenge you to stop the video and try to find it. It's a simple one this time. And the move is g5. After queen takes h5, queen d1, winning the queen. And in case of queen h3, g4. Okay, this time the prompt was related to the fact that the queen was misplaced, and we'll elaborate a bit and find some other alternatives, aka candidate moves. So this is the way you can try to find those difficult decisions, but what helps the most is solving plenty of exercises, and in this way your intuition will develop and will give you plenty of good answers. Okay, by the way, the game ended a bit differently. I played rook takes f2, king f2, queen c2, king g1, queen c1. I repeated moves and took the rook. Now white's position is destroyed because there is plenty of weak pawns, and the queen is also still out of play. So he tried to confuse matters, but after rook takes a4, I control d7, queen e6, check, 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 and queen c7. And there is not even a single check for white, and my pawn is running. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk more about calculation. This is a fascinating subject. See you next time.